Every week, 10,000 people from Britain travel to Bangkok, the gateway to Thailand. Amongst them this week, the London cabbie who fell in love with a Thai woman, then got the shock of his life, the former dancer who headed east to pirouette with the piranhas, and the woman from Carlisle off to fight in the tense underworld of Thai boxing. 48-year-old ex-taxi driver Mark Cookson from Enfield in North London was looking for a change of scenery when he came to Koh Samui 3 years ago. Marital problems and bankruptcy had left Mark feeling that there was nothing for him in Britain.
Left an ex-wife and 2 children. She ran off with her boyfriend, and it was a lot harder for me to get the children back on a Sunday than it was not to see them. So now I'm 6,000 miles away, and it's a lot easier for me to cope with that.
3 years on, Mark is happy and settled with his 30-year-old Thai wife Christy, who he met in Bangkok.
What you want to buy, you can buy here very, very cheap. This one, 10 baht.
I came to Thailand with £1,500 and walked into a bar and started talking to Christy, and basically said she was in Bangkok.
But after 5 days of a full sexual relationship, Christy dropped the bombshell that she had in fact been born a man.
I tell Mark, yeah, I'm smashed. Mark surprised. Mark cried.
I found out and had a heart attack, and I told Christy she had to go, and I didn't want to see her anymore, and I thought, what the hell have I done? And then a couple of days later I bumped into Christy again, and we were talking, we went to have something to eat, and I thought, well, what the hell, you know? I'm in Thailand, and I was happy for that 5 days, and that was 3 years ago now, and it isn't, not a problem at all. Didn't tell anybody for a long, long time. And then one guy came that was a friend of my brother. He actually told my sister-in-law. She told my mother. And my mother asked me, is Christy one of those lady men? And I said, yes, she is. And she said to me, does that mean you're a pufta? And I said, well, no, her body's exactly the same as yours now. I said, but I suppose, I mean, she's a man, so one of us must be gay, but it's not me. And then she told me she had cancer about 2 days later and died. So I wish I'd never told her.
During those 3 years, Mark and Christy have built up Koh Samui's most popular transsexual cabaret bar, where every dancer was once a man.
So I built a stage in the bar, and I've got some ladyboys that actually live on the island. I got a couple from Bangkok with Christy's friends, and we put a little show together. And it's just snowballed from there.
Men from all over the world regularly descend upon Thailand to have their bodies transformed. One of Thailand's most reputable surgeons in this field is Dr. Preecha Tiwa Channon at Bangkok's Bum Run Grad Hospital. He's a specialist who's carried out over 1,000 sex change operations over the last 20 years.
Like to come to Thailand. Number one, they saw the patient from Thailand. They see that they got a good result. The patient can leave the hospital after about 5 days, and they need another 6 weeks to recuperate. After operation, they just look at the mirror. They look every day, they clean up every day, they look at themselves, they're very happy. All the patients, they're very happy with the operation.
And Christy, who had her operation 8 years ago, is no exception to that.
First, when I wake up in the hospital, I'm crying, I'm very crying because I'm so happy that I'm ready, 100%.
Business is so good at Christy's bar, they're hoping to expand, and Mark has been given an offer he can't refuse.
The guy who owns the band actually came to me because Christie's is a big name on Koh Samui, everybody knows it. Wants me to come on this plot of land to build a cabaret, but a much bigger one and more elaborate than the other one. And then he can sell the rest of the land around it much easier. And he gave me a really good deal on it. It's going to be one of the biggest bars on the island. It will be one of the biggest bars outside of the club. Prime location.
It's a new bar. Cabaret bar, ladyboy bar is a new coming soon, about 2 more months. We'll be there. Christy Cabaret show.
With the cabaret business going from strength to strength, Mark's clearly happy with both his business and personal life with Christy.
If I went anywhere now, if I went to live in Australia or I went back to England for a holiday, Christy would go with me, for sure. I mean, if I took Christy anywhere else in the world, nobody would know it was a man. No one would question her sexuality. And even if they did question it, I've got not one problem with it whatsoever. I mean, I've lived with it for 3 years, and it means, well, maybe I am going out, but in a different sort of wine. Doesn't affect me in the least. You only live once. For when all the hair falls out.
Fuck off.
Fuck off.
Another British man who's managing to make a living in Thailand from the tourist industry is former Birmingham ballet dancer Anthony Griffiths, who came to the island of Koh Tao and started a new life as a diving instructor.
You can make any sentence that you want. It's to remember the order of how you check the gear. The best one here at the moment is bring, weed, grizzlies and tags. That's the one we like, yeah? Or big women really are fun. Big willies relieve anal frustration. Came to Koh Tao originally for 1 week. This is about 6 years ago. And we came for 1 week to do a dive course. And that first time ended up staying here for 6 months. Ever since, I've been coming back every year for like 6 months, 8 months, 9 months. I've been here now 14, 15 months. I've been a dancer in London. That's how I started life out at 16. Very lucky. Got plucked from obscurity, went to an audition in London very young and got my chance. And there I was, 16, 17, in London, dancing. For 10 years I did this. Then after this, I just felt a need to find a new direction, that sort of thing that gives you the little spring in your heel. It's difficult to describe the feeling you get from diving. I started 5, 6 years ago now, and the minute I took my first breath underwater, I wanted to be an instructor just straight away. I immediately found something new. As soon as I put my face in the water, I just felt completely at home there. For 10 years, I've been striving as a dancer to break free of gravity, which is what dancing is all about. It's being able to defy gravity and make it look easy. I'll do some jetés or pirouettes or put my legs in second position, and you can just hold the position because the water's carrying all of your body weight. You feel at one with the environment you're in. You feel close to it, and then when you see something awesome like 2,000-3,000 meter drops, like a vertical wall straight down to the abyssal plain, coming through really awesome passages, drifting with like rays the size of just huge, like 5-meter wingspan, just flying through the air. It's like going to the zoo and getting in the cage with the animal. You can't describe it, you can't put it into words what that feels like. So for me, diving is life, I suppose.
Nice. Perfect.
Everyone you meet every day is happy, they're on holiday, they're spending money here, you know, they want it to, so you're not dealing with miserable people for a start, which we all know, guys. 9 to 5, 5 days a week in London, just to pay to live in that system and that society. Just doing fine. And all you boys at home in that crappy job, sorry guys, do you know what I mean? You know what I mean? Monday morning. Ooh. That's where I live, that's CFT. If they live next door, there's a German guy and his girlfriend. They make a lot of noise when they shag. And you don't. We make more. We make a lot more noise. My girlfriend and I met now about 3 months ago. Her name's Mo, she's 25.
Hello, England.
Mom, this is Mo. We're coming back in October, November. We'll see you then. Getting married.
Now I'm really starting to think about children and stuff now because I'm 33. It's unbelievable, isn't it? I know, 33, I am. I want to get married. That's what I really want to do, and have kids. And I think I found the right one. You have to meet the right person. I truly believe that, and I believe I've been fortunate enough to meet the right person for me, and hopefully I'm good enough for her and she'll say yes one day. Life's looking good. I've been lucky. I got dealt a few good cards, but I believe you make your own luck in this world.
So it looks like it's going to be a little longer before Anthony returns to Birmingham. Jackie Short is a 24-year-old single mother from Carlisle. She's preparing to fly to Bangkok with her trainer Mike Haslam to fight for an international Thai boxing title.
To dream that I've always wanted to go there, and now I'm getting the chance to go.
and now going to compete in the championships. Training for 3 years as a Thai boxer, been competing last 2 years. I've had 7 fights, hopefully a lot more to come as well. I got into Thai boxing because I used to be a bit of a bad lass going around like fighting a bit. It got to a stage where I was going out every weekend and there wasn't a weekend where I wasn't getting into trouble. Started training and never really been in bother since.
Mike runs the Dragons gym in Carlisle. He's a veteran of 156 fights and has made many trips to Thailand over the last 12 years to study the 2,000-year-old sport.
Thai boxing is one of the hardest ring sports in the world. It's 5 3-minute rounds of non-stop action. You can use your hands, you can use your elbows, you can use your knees, and you can use your feet.
Jackie has spent the last 2 months training with Mike in preparation for what will be the biggest fight of her career.
My name's Jackie Shaw, I'm a Thai boxer. I'm going to the Women's World Championships in Thailand and I'm ready.
Jackie finally arrives in Bangkok after a gruelling 24-hour journey via Dubai.
Right, well, I'm finally here at last. It's hard to describe what I feel like. I am very nervous, but I always am anyways. But also I'm excited I want to get out there and see what I can do, how my training, if I've improved. I want to go to the top and I won't stop till I get there.
Having caught up on her jet lag, Jackie heads off with Mike to begin her first day's training in a traditional Thai gym. It's 91 degrees in the shade.
I've been coming here for about 10 years now. First time Jackie's been to this gym. I start off today, just some skipping, shadow boxing, some pad work, maybe bad work, and leave it at that for today. She's still getting acclimatised to the weather.
It's red hot. It's absolutely boiling and we're under corrugated iron. Shit on myself. I'm nervous and I want some music on. Oh my God.
In the traditional Muay Thai gym, the women are not allowed to train in the ring. It's taboo. Keep that pace all the time.
Feet are on fire because it's just concrete floor. So apart from being hot, your feet are burning. Just keep pouring water on your head. Give you time to get your breath back, but very hard.
The young kids in the training, we've got to be on the toes all the time. So what they do, they chalk the heels of the children. The heels touch the floor, they get a whack with the stick. So they learn very quickly, believe me. Well then, first day over, what do you reckon?
Can I go home? No, it's all right.
You've got to acclimatise, it takes at least a week.
Just so bad now, it's gone nice and cool. Before.
That's why they have the tin roof, because the sun hits the tin. Well,
I thought that'd make it worse.
Tin roof, that's what it does. It keeps the heat, so that makes you stronger. Makes you weaker when you train, but when you fight, you go back to England and train, you'll train twice as hard.
With the first training session completed, Jackie, Mike and their party head off to one of Bangkok's nightly Thai boxing shows.
So this is behind the scenes at Ratchadamnern, Thailand's biggest stadium. This is where all the fighters are prepared and bandaged up. As soon as they're bandaged up and rubbed down with oil, penetrates the muscle and it takes a lot of the sting out of your opponent's kick.
The first 2 rounds of the 5-round fights are almost used as an exhibition to help the spectators choose who they'll bet on. The final 3 see some serious action.
But it's the first time I've been here, especially seeing the fighting. I've seen it on tape, but totally different to what I expected. I'm starting to panic now for my own fight because, I mean, these are professionals and they're out of breath, so I was going to have to train harder because I'm going to be knackered, basically.
Jackie's trip has been largely sponsored by Mike. He's investing in her now because if she wins the Intercontinental title, she could turn professional and be paid to fight all over the world. In the meantime, she's got to get stuck into 4 weeks of extremely tough training.
Today I'm really, really sore. My ribs, my stomach, and everything. We nearly cried yesterday, but we never actually broke down. It's just getting harder. But I'm just so sore now, I'm getting sore. Mike as a trainer, me and him have some corker arguments. I mean, it's unbelievable because he knows boxing is my life and he knows I want to get to the top.
We've had our ups and downs. She wants to fight it in Thailand. She just has to listen to me and me alone.
But it's very hard training. I mean, being whacked and smacked and kicked. But it's been all right. It's just something I have to get used to.
After a month of gruelling training, it's an hour before the start of Jackie's big fight. Her training has also included 2 warm-up fights with Thai girls, which she's won, leaving her feeling confident. When she gets to the stadium, the organisers mysteriously skip the weigh-in of both Jackie and her opponent.
Nervous is out now, but I'm glad. I like being nervous. So butterflies are there now, just waiting to meet my fighter. You know, and my luck, the bloody honey monster will come flying through the doors or something.
Unfortunately for Jackie, this joke about her opponent proves to be somewhat prophetic. As she begins her final preparations for the fight, the mysterious absence of a weigh-in suddenly begins to make sense.
Well, that's Jackie's opponent over there in the red. She looks fairly technical. She's a big girl.
She's big, really big. We all think she's about 65 kilos. She's a lot taller. She's got legs like tree trunks. No wonder they didn't want to weigh in. I know now, but I thought bigger lasses. They'll go down the same way.
It's finally time for the big fight, and the controversy over the apparently heavier opponent is temporarily forgotten as Jackie focuses her mind on one thing: winning.
On a case all the time. Right, listen, mate. Don't take your eyes off her. Every time, look for that jaw, look for that body with the punches. Just watch them knees coming at you and watch them legs. That's it, take your time. Go, kick.
I'm not worried about her boxing. Thais aren't good at boxing, but I know she's good on the grapple and the knees, so just to watch for them. I'm not scared of fighting anyone or anything like that. There's one thing I'm scared of is losing. I've never lost, and that's what I'm really scared of. I never want to lose. I'm going to win tonight. When I'm fighting, I always hear your corner man, right? You can never really hear the crowd unless you're whacking one and then there's an uproar and you think, yes, I'll do a bit more. You shouldn't really, but I always try and hate the lass. I mean, she could be the nicest lass in the world, and they always are. I mean, afterwards you get to meet them and they're really nice. Well, if I win, or should I say, when I win, I become the Intercontinental Champion. If I lose, I might as well just throw myself in the sea or something.
As the fight ends, Mike and the crowd have Jackie the clear winner. But to everyone's amazement, the judges think differently.
Never. been stitched up.
That was mine.
Huh?
That was mine.
All the crowd saying she won it. The Thai judges gave it to the Thai. Still, Jackie was the aggressor to the end. She won 4 rounds out of 5 rounds. I'm not happy with that.
Absolutely gutted. Felt like I was totally robbed. Thought I got it. Totally sick. Feel like I've wasted everyone's time. Mike wants her over in England for a rematch, and I fucking won it, like, and I've just sworn the telly. Like I said before, I was scared of losing, and it's happened, and never want it to happen again, basically, because I feel absolutely shit. But there you go, it's the name of the game.
And again!
Back training in a couple of weeks, and here we go again. Oh, I've got a good few years left in us. I won't be going anywhere yet.
Jackie's trainer Mike is currently negotiating a rematch. Angela and John Fawcett from Darlington are planning a trip to the island of Koh Samui in southern Thailand to attend the wedding of their daughter Emma.
Emma is our youngest daughter who is getting married on Valentine's Day to Lek. Lek is Thai, and Emma's known him for about 4 years. She met him in a nightclub in Thailand. She wrote this postcard telling Mum all about Lek and how she'd fallen madly in love, and she just kept going back to Thailand for the holidays. And then 4 years ago, Emma decided she was going to stay in Thailand. She got a job in the restaurant where Lek works, and then Emma got pregnant.
2 years ago, the Fawcett's elder daughter Karen went to visit Emma and Lek in Thailand, despite suffering from an all-too-common illness.
Karen suffered for 10 years with anorexia, and she struggled for these 10 years. She tried so hard, but on the 4th of December I got the phone call to say that Karen wasn't well and that she'd been taken into hospital. That was on the Sunday, but then on the Tuesday Emma rang and she said, "I've got some bad news, Mum. Karen isn't coming home. She's gone into a coma." John and I flew out to Koh Samui and had 2 hours with Karen before she died. On her death certificate it's brain damage due to kidney and liver failure. When you're sick continually day in and day out, it affects you. And your liver and your kidneys can only stand so much. And in the end, they're just packed up. And it is very, very, very sad.
Karen was cremated at a Buddhist temple near Surat Thani, a half-day's journey from Koh Samui. The couple want to visit the temple while they're in Thailand and pay their respects.
John hasn't been back to Thailand since Karen's death. It's going to be very, very sad.
It's so hard to go back. I want to go back. But it's going to bring back a lot of memories, you say, you know, and I just don't. Well, I don't know what I want.
I know it's sad that there's going to be one of us missing. And it's very sad, but Emma's big day can't be spoiled.
So it's with mixed emotions that the couple prepare for their journey. John and Angela arrive in Koh Samui a week before Emma gets married. They plan to visit the temple where their other daughter Karen was cremated after the wedding.
I just don't feel as if I've come to a wedding. I just feel that I'm on my holidays. It's a good feeling really, because if I was at home, I'd be that stressed out and smoking that many cigarettes because I'd be wondering, is the cake done, is the car's ready, is this ready, is that ready? But because Emma's done it all, I don't have any of that. Emma's got all the stress, not her mum.
Emma works on the island as a British Airways rep and fiancé Lek is a barman. The couple share the job of looking after baby Aisha. The final preparations for Emma's wedding are hampered by the weather. In the south of Thailand, which includes Koh Samui, the northeast monsoon season stretches from November to January, when, even though the weather is warm, heavy rainfall is a part of life. This year, the season has lasted longer than usual. Despite the conditions, Emma still has to get her wedding dress fitted.
Is there another way to go?
You're just going to have to keep going.
No way, because this is the other end.
No. Balloons like that hanging on.
Oh, it's lovely.
It's, I think, just a little bit too big here.
And you know you can take that bow off, Emma. And
We'll take it off for the evening.
if you have a British Airways do, you've got a beautiful dress to wear.
It's the morning of Emma's wedding and a ceremony that will mix English and Buddhist traditions.
It's 6:30 in the morning. And there's a clear sky. And there's no rain. We were sat here last night. We just thought there was not going to be a wedding. But as today, the sun is coming up and it's going to shine on Emma.
I'd just like to make a little speech just to thank everybody for coming today. I mean, so many people have come from so far. It really does touch me that everybody could come today. To my mum and dad, I'd just like to say that I'm sorry that you saw a funeral before you saw a wedding.
Don't say where?
I know. 1 minute. I'd just like to say that I'm just happy that everybody could be here. And this one's for you, Mum and Dad. Cheers.
All the best, Emma and Lek.
Emma and Lek. John? Thanks.
Yeah.
With the wedding ceremony over, John and Angela set off on the emotional journey to Suratani. The last time they made this trip was on the day of Karen's funeral. It's been almost 2 years since her death, and the couple are still having difficulty coming to terms with their loss.
Even though I was the one that said, yes, switch the machine off, even though I was the one that had to switch the machine off, it did not sink into here that she'd died. I'm the strong one. One of us had to be strong, and it wasn't John. One of us had to organise everything, and John just absolutely and totally fell to pieces. Karen's death is the only time I've seen him cry. That's the crematorium where she was cremated. And this is the temple where all the prayers were set for her. I wanted to come, but life will never be the same again, will it? But one life ended here and one life's begun here, and we've got to accept that, haven't we? Bye, Karen. I'm glad I've been. I had to come, just to see it for one more time.
In the sleepy village of Umberley in Devon, 63-year-old jeweller Gavin Poulton is preparing for his 20th trip to Thailand.
3 pairs of trousers, and I'm sure that'll be one too many.
He's going to buy jewellery to sell in Britain and to visit his Thai business partner. Catherine, who's been married to Gavin for 40 years, will be staying at home in England.
I suppose in a way I'm envious of him going away, whilst at the same time I don't mind. I'm quite looking forward to being on my own for a month.
Gavin and Catherine had a conventional marriage until Gavin was in his early 40s, at which point he realised he was bisexual. Today, he and Catherine are still married, but have what's best described as an open relationship.
This is my partner, who I hope is running part of my business in Thailand. Here's a more sexy photograph of him. He wanted to pose in front of the camera. He wanted to look as sexy as possible.
As well as being his business partner, 28-year-old Lex is also Gavin's lover. While Gavin is with Lex in Thailand, Catherine will be making the most of Gavin's absence.
I suppose one could say that I've taken advantage of it and had my men friends and enjoyed myself that way. So being without Gavin is fine by me, and if I want to be alone, I will. But it's nice to know that there is a gentleman friend somewhere whose company I can call on, who might call in and have coffee.
Right. Bye-bye. See you in a month's time.
Take care.
After a gruelling flight, Gavin's plane has touched down in Bangkok, but Lex hasn't come to meet him.
It's useful having him around, and I like him in bed with me, but I don't mind whether he comes or whether he doesn't come. It wasn't exactly my first experience with a gay sexual contact. I met a really beautiful young lady in the Bois de Boulogne in Paris. I thought she was a prostitute, so we went a few hundred yards off the road. And I was fondling her breasts and feeling her bottom and kissing and cuddling. By the time I got down to feeling her legs and putting my hand between them, I found she got a cock as well. And it really was the most exciting few seconds of my life. I wasn't shocked after he'd knelt down and filleted me. We went back to the road and I offered him money, but he refused to take it. So he was there just for the excitement in the same way that I had been there just for the excitement. There's a large proportion of people who will say they're shocked by my attitude, but would secretly like to behave in the same way. I'm absolutely convinced of it.
Gavin has rented a flat on the west bank of Bangkok's main river.
Yeah, over there. Yeah. My attraction for Lex is more to do with business than it is to do with a physical relationship. Lex likes me because I'm more wealthy than he is. If somebody says they like me, I never know whether they like me for my money or for my face or for the size of the cough. I just take it all as superficial, just get as much enjoyment out of it as I can. This is the entrance to my apartment block.
Unbeknown to Gavin, he's about to be reunited with his Thai lover, who's been waiting for several hours.
Ah, I wondered if you would be waiting for me.
I want it a lot.
I ring and ring and ring. Where's your telephone?
No. I can close.
You close the telephone, yeah, that's why I didn't see you. And this young man is, I must introduce you, he's a cameraman for English television.
Oh, no.
So now you'll be on English television.
Okay,
I like your hair too. Hey, you look good.
Thank you.
There's another surprise waiting upstairs for Gavin. Lex hasn't come to Bangkok alone. At Gavin's apartment, which only has one bedroom, Lex has brought along half his family.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, finish.
It is very difficult to understand that when I arrange to meet Lex, he turns up with his mother and 2 cousins. But one just has to accept that, because that is the way that Thai people
behave.
He's looking well, yes, there's no problems with him at all. In fact, he's looking better because he's cut his hair now and it's not quite so long as it was. Am I the same as last time I was in Bangkok?
Yes.
You said I am more fat?
Yes, now you're fat, you're very young, it's number one. Much tomorrow.
Bex likes me to be smooth-faced. Catherine, she likes me to have whiskers, so I grow it again in England. Lex becomes very excited if I play with his nipples. This evening I shall be sleeping. This evening there's no plans for catching up. We'll be catching up over the next week or month.
Gavin and Lex have spent a couple of days catching up and are now heading off to a jewellery wholesaler's.
When I met Lek, it's fair to say that he was making ends meet, but he wasn't particularly solvent. I felt that he was a good salesman. He could sell, I could see that. So I allowed him to buy jewellery on my business account in Bangkok to try the market in Thailand. That started about 2 years ago. The business in Thailand is a partnership. It's almost exclusively run by him. It's just that I financed it. He's experienced some success with it, but I don't know exactly how successful it is, and that's one of the reasons I'm following him around the various places to see how he does the business.
Tucked away down a tiny alleyway, Gavin and Lex eventually find the shop they're looking for.
Look at it. I mean, just look at the amount of stock they've got here, and to look in every box would take me 2 days.
Gavin is losing patience.
I think I'm not buying anything at all. I'm not going to spend all day looking through here and then we go to another shop and I do the same thing, because the money for me is so small.
I know.
Yeah, so it's better that we do not do it anymore. I get on very well with Lek, but one of the problems is that if I go in and buy $1,000 worth of silver and he is with me, he undoubtedly will see things that he could also sell, and he always wants to stick it onto my bill. So I walked out of the shop because it means that he's still in there and he's going to have to pay for that jewellery that he buys himself.
Gavin decides to call his wife.
Is that Catherine? Oh, sorry, you sounded very young, I must say. You've just come out of one shop and I feel sort of a bit hot and sticky and fed up.
Sometimes him can ring for Catherine. I don't want to see, I don't want to know, I don't want to hear. Sometimes I tell it, sometimes okay.
Yeah, okay, I'm glad you're okay. Bye. But I think you're angry with me because you,
No, I'm not angry with you.
Gavin and Lex have left Bangkok and are en route to Lex's parents. They've driven 650 kilometres south of Bangkok, though once again, Gavin and Lex have little privacy.
Lex would like to go to sleep at 3 o'clock every morning, and I don't want to. So the relationship between Lex and I is like any other marriage. There is frictions and strains there. By and large, we seem to get on all right together.
The next morning, Gavin and Lex rise early and go to bathe in a hot volcanic pool. In this tranquil setting, Gavin is thinking about the effect Thailand has on his health.
I'm open to a lot more diseases out here than the Thais are, but unless I actually pick up a bug and become infected in my stomach, I find that the diet I have here makes my, if you're filming this, I'll put it nicely, my stools more solid than they are in England. 20 years ago, if I'd have seen Lek in his swimming trunks, I would have had an erection. There's no doubt about it. He's physically attractive. But then so are horses and dogs. I mean, I'm not just attracted to physically attractive boys. Well, I'm 63 now, and I really don't feel that sex is terribly important anymore.
Oh, go on, more.
I just want the company of somebody who I find attractive. When I was 40, if I look you in your swimming costume,
yes,
then Gavin cock come up. Okay, but now Gavin older.
Yes.
And okay, I look at you same person, very beautiful, but cock not come up. Okay.
Okay.
I really don't understand the meaning of the word love. I've had extremely passionate feelings, which I would suppose must be love for three people. A young ladyboy called Moo in Thailand, an English antique dealer come jeweller, and my wife's sister originally.
Moo was Gavin's first Thai lover. After meeting him in Bangkok, Gavin fell in love and visited him a number of times over the next 2 years. The relationship began to fall apart in July 1990, when Moo arrived in the UK with serious health worries.
As there was the AIDS scare at that time, this is maybe 6 or 7 years ago, he and I were both tested for HIV. It turned out that Moo was positive. I was negative, and because I value my marriage to Catherine more than I value my relationships with other people, I terminated the relationship with Moo.
Because of the risk that Gavin could still develop HIV in the months after his test, he stopped sleeping with his wife.
We never really developed a sexual relationship again. She's been seeing this man now for about 4 or 5 years, I think. They seem to be content with each other, and she is also content with me.
Finally, the couple arrive at Lex's parents' house. Lex's family are wealthy by Thai standards, owning local orchards and rubber plantations, and they feel genuinely honoured to have Gavin stay with them.
When I'm here, I usually sleep with Lex in a semi-private part of the house, but we very rarely ever have any sexual congress in the house, mainly because there is no privacy in Thai houses. You never know when children are going to walk in. My relationship with everybody in the house is good, particularly with Lex's father, who makes an effort to be friendly towards me. The family know that Lex is gay. They know that Lex did some ladyboy shows when he was very young. I am pleased that they accept me as a friend of Lex. My relationship with Lex, it's a relationship for me for pleasure. I'd like to see him develop his business more. But I don't want to feel committed to him. I don't want to feel that he's committed to me either. You viewers can make your own mind up about how maybe you think Catherine should behave towards me, or I should behave towards her. But we have found our own way of living, and we're still married, you know, after 40 years. There's a lot of you out there who aren't.
Sadly, a month after Gavin returned to Britain, he received the tragic news that Lex had been murdered during a robbery in his home village. In the heart of Brighton on England's south coast, Adrian Smale is planning a business trip to Thailand. He won't be packing any suits for his trip, and there won't be a briefcase in sight, because in his line of business, he doesn't need them.
I take pictures of naked girls. Clear hair, babe. I like girls. I mean, that is a prime motivation. I get on with girls and I think I can bring the best out of them. So bad. I can't imagine anything I'd rather do. And that includes being on stage in a rock band or starring in a film.
Unlike the shoots he does in the UK, Adrian will have no assistants or lights in Thailand, and instead of having an agent to find the girls to photograph, he'll have to track them down himself.
Baby lotion. Every glamour photographer should have a camera.
In order to cover his costs of around £2,000 and have money left over to pay himself a wage, he needs to return with at least 5 shoots on film. Although confident in his camera skills, the real mission is to find enthusiastic models.
Well, it's a taxi. Bangkok Bound.
Safely arrived in Bangkok, Adrian embarks on a 3-hour cab journey, His destination, Pattaya, a sex tourist playground where a large proportion of Thailand's estimated 250,000 prostitutes work. Adrian has found that there's an increasing demand for soft porn photos of Thai women who are seen as exotic by Western magazine editors. He's hoping to persuade some of these women to pose in front of his camera.
For glamour photography, they've got absolutely the perfect body. The way their bum comes out, the curves. They've just got incredible boobs.
Thai bar girls are cheaper than British models. Adrian only has to pay them £70 a shoot, as opposed to £300 back home. If the photos turn out well, the magazines will pay up to £1,000 for each set of 100 prints. Although Thailand is notorious for sex tourism, most British holidaymakers don't realise that prostitution is technically illegal here. However, prosecution is rare as long as the prostitute is 18 or over. The industry feeds off local men too. It's estimated that 3 out of 4 single Thai men regularly use prostitutes. On his first night, Adrian manages to find 2 bar girls who are not underage to model for him.
Okay, if you lie down on the bed.
Adrian trained at Chelsea Art College and 2 years ago began applying his training to the world of glamour photography.
No more. If you're trying to fill a frame, more. It almost becomes abstract art. Okay. I know that sounds absolutely ridiculous because, you know, at the end of the day, I'm a porn photographer.
The shoot goes well until it's time to pay the girls.
Well, I just finished a shoot, took the girls downstairs. Got started on by the security guards because I didn't have enough money to pay them. It was my own fault really because I spent the money on a fake Rolex earlier. The guards threatened to do me basically if I didn't pay the girls their money. I've got to meet the girls downstairs at 9 o'clock tomorrow. If I'm not there, I'm going to be physically torn from my bed, I would imagine. I've got to spend all night trying to find cash machines that will give me money. The last one was out of service. I'm praying this one's not. Fuck, man! The quest for the Grail goes on. It's counting. Yes!
The next day, Adrian comes across a girl in a massage parlour he thinks is stunning. At first, he has trouble persuading her to pose for him, but eventually she agrees and goes back to his hotel room. The majority of prostitutes he's approached so far have been reluctant to model for him, even though the money he's offering is equivalent to sleeping with up to 7 punters. For most of them, opening their legs on camera is further than they're prepared to go. Adrian's latest model is no exception.
The girl's just left in a huff. Had to ask her to open her legs to start the shoot. And then she started putting her hands between her legs, going, no, no, no. Awful. I've never felt like a dirty old man before doing this. Because it's always so consensual. Even the time I came to Thailand before, I knew every single girl was up for it and they wanted to do it. But she had a kind of innocent air about her that I didn't really want to corrupt. It was just very, very difficult to try and make her understand what I was trying to do. That's all I want to say.
The day has been a disaster for Adrian. The pressure is now on to find enough girls to break even. Adrian's luck is changing. He's received a tip-off about 2 other girls that he finds rather exciting.
These girls actually do a lesbian show in one of the go-go bars. What I'm going to try and do is get them to do the actual lesbian show in the room. I'm just going to shoot around it and try and get shots that I could sell in the UK.
So once again, Adrian's back at work, pounding the streets of Pattaya, trying to track down the lesbians. And on the other side of town, another Westerner is at work dealing with the fallout from the popularity of the sex industry. Sister Joan left her native island in 1958 and works in a Pattaya day centre for street children run by an order of Catholic nuns. The sheer numbers of sex tourists who flock to Pattaya from around the world make it a potentially dangerous place for young children. Around 100 infants come here every day. Some of their parents work in the sex trade.
The children come every morning at 9:30. They stay from 9:30 until 3:30. Now they do their meditation, their quiet period, when they close their eyes and just stay quiet within themselves. Pattaya is known for a lot of sex tourism. So children who wander around the beaches during the day are really at risk. There are people around there who are interested in, well, sex with children, and they offer money to the children to either do masturbation for them or whatever. There are always older children who have learned, you know, what to do, and they will teach the younger children how to do it. And whatever the money that's given to the younger child, well, then they get a cut in it. By having the children in our centres during the day, we feel that this is a protection for them. Hopefully that nothing destructive will happen between now and tomorrow morning when they come back again.
As night falls in Pattaya, the streets around the bars where Adrian searches for his models are teeming with children who are rubbing shoulders with sex tourists. Even though the Thai government has recently introduced tougher sentences for paedophiles, the danger remains. Adrian only ever shoots girls who can prove they're 18 or over. Before starting work to find the lesbians, he decides to sample some international cuisine.
What I always say is, when in Thailand, eat as the Italians do. Right, that's me stocked up on my carbohydrates. Just going to find these dirty bitches.
10 minutes later, he finds the women he's been looking for. He has to pay each girl the equivalent of £10 to release them from the bar where they work.
Done the deal on the bar fine for both girls. That looks like the shoot is definitely on. So I'm well up for this. Is this going to happen? That's it. Good. Look at these girls. Yes. I'm really, really happy I found them. Oh man. Oh, what a relief. I cannot tell you how well that shoot went. It's the first time I've smiled since I've been here, I think.
Happy with his day's work, Adrian gives himself his first night off.
Head's absolutely banging. Got drunk as a skunk last night. I think I may have... Well, anyway, I woke up with a girl this morning. She's gone there. I can't quite remember what happened, to be honest.
Over the next few days, Adrian managed to get 2 more shoots in with girls who didn't want to appear in front of our camera, so he's on the home straight.
Got to try and get one more shoot up in Bangkok before I go home, and it would have been a fruitful journey.
Adrian is on a mission to find an upfront girl for his final shoot.
I'm looking for girls with real expression, real personality. And if I have one that actually comes up to me, pins me up against a wall and says, I want to fuck you, that is the sort of girl I need.
He's in the Nana Plaza area of Bangkok, one of the city's 3 main red light districts. Direct sales techniques come into force here. The girls don't hold. couple of hours later, Adrian finally manages to get a girl to pose for him.
Now on to like this. You have to do the poses for them so they can see exactly what you can do. Like that. Finish.
Adrian now has his 5 shoots in the bag and can now go home to get the films developed. 2 weeks later, at home in Brighton, and Adrian's happy.
Yeah, they look fine. If every set comes out like this, I'm quitting.
Pub landlady Shirley Jerome from Colchester in Essex is planning a pilgrimage to Thailand. Shirley's father served in the Second World War. He was captured by the Japanese and sent to a prison camp in Thailand to build the notorious Death Railway leading to Burma.
I was 6 months when he was pulled up. He was quite sad when he had to go off, obviously, and leave me and my mum behind. And then in 1942, my mother had a letter to say that he was missing. They weren't sure whether he was dead or what had happened, but when the war was over and a letter came to say that he wouldn't be coming home because he had died in the prison camp of malnutrition, dysentery and all these other horrible diseases that he got out there.
He was only 25 years old when he died and was one of 24,000 British soldiers who didn't return home from the camps there. Shirley's always wanted to visit his grave. Finally, her dream is about to come true.
I just wanted to go there so I could stand there and think, well, I've done it. I've been out here and I've seen where he's laid at rest.
Shirley's just inherited a small amount of money that has paid for her trip on the annual British Legion pilgrimage to Thailand.
I thought, right, this is the opportunity. I'm now going to go on my trip of a lifetime. I will be emotional and I'll be thinking, you shouldn't be in there, you should be with me. I miss a father. If you haven't ever had a father, you don't know what you've missed out on, but you just think of things that you think, well, that would have been a lot different if my dad had been here. I could have shared that with him. That's all I can say is Thailand, here I come. I'm really looking forward to it, but also I'm getting nervous. It's going to be quite a dramatic event when I get there.
Shirley and the rest of the British Legion party have arrived. The plan is to spend a few days enjoying the sights of the city before making the 3-hour journey north to the cemetery. Shirley's first impressions are not entirely favourable.
Well, it's a little bit more shabbier than I thought it was going to be.
Despite the temperature being 92 degrees in the shade, Shirley plans to visit some tourist sites as she mentally prepares to finally see her father's grave.
I am very apprehensive at the moment, but I'm not going to let it dampen my trip to Bangkok.
Bangkok's famous for its markets, which are packed with counterfeit goods. Shirley's on the hunt for music by her favourite star.
Cliff Richards, no Cliff. Cliff Richards, no.
Originally a haven for backpackers, the country has increasingly geared up for the more conventional and often more mature holidaymaker.
If anyone ever said to me I'd be riding an elephant, I would never believe it. Well, it was lovely up there, wasn't it, Mary? Slightly bumpier than the coach. God, I don't know what my father would think if he knew I was out here. I don't, honest. We'll be off to the cemetery tomorrow. Hopefully not too emotional, but I don't know about that. If If I do, I do.
It's the morning Shirley has been building up to for 57 years.
I don't know why I'm putting this on, because my father didn't believe in makeup, apparently, so my mother said. She never wears any. Never? No, never.
After a 3-hour coach journey, the British Legion party arrive at the Kanchanaburi War Cemetery, where more than 3,500 British soldiers are buried.
In our hearts, you are still alive. Your dear wife, Irene, constantly talks about you. You're never from our thoughts. And I'm sure she'll be thinking of you today. Because I've come on her behalf, as well as for my own benefit. The last thing I wanted to do was pay my respects to you. I'm sure that he would have loved me more than anything in the world, because I was the only thing he ever wrote about. I was his baby, and that's all he cared. I'm sure that he would be really over the moon if he knew I was here. One day. Tomorrow I'm leaving Thailand, and it will be a very sad occasion, because I'm going to leave behind lots of memories, and I should be feeling very sad inside. There's nothing else in this world that means anything more than being able to come over here and pay my respects. After 57 years, it's got to be some kind of achievement. Bye-bye, Bangkok.
On Bangkok Bound next week, the inside track on Thailand's infamous full moon parties. And the woman who's travelling to visit her son, who is sentenced to 50 years in prison for heroin smuggling.